Hi, hands up if you had on your 2022 bingo card that AI would pretty much change the world as we know it. Well, it's the 30th of December 2022 as I record this, and yeah, it's pretty much happened. 2023 will be the year where AI changed everything. Now, loose definition of AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, whatever you want to call it. At the start of December, a company called OpenAI have released an AI machine learning chatbot, whatever you want to call it, called ChatGPT. And you might have heard all the buzz about it. It's gained apparently over a million users in less than a month. And it's pretty much changed the game for a whole list of professions you probably even didn't think could be taken over by AI or machine learning algorithm. By the way, this image here, I generated this using AI, but we'll have a look at that later. What prompted this is an article from the Chaser, which is an online satirical newsletter, kind of like The Onion or something like that. It's an Australian satirical news website, and this is not satire. They've basically been forced to put all of their satire content behind a paywall now. They don't, including all their archives, because they don't want the new machine learning AI algorithms to actually suck up all their AI and basically put them out of business overnight. They're already saying that, well, these chatbots can produce better satire than they can if you give it the right information. Garbage in, garbage out is the old fashioned thing. In fact, there's a new technique called prompt engineering, which is the art of typing in the correct information into the AI chatbot to give you a good result, and likewise for these images as well, right? And I've got a whole bunch of images that I actually produced here, and I'm going to be, anyway, I'll show you these later. They're very cool. Anyway, I'll link it in down below, but let's just go to the crux of it here. What's really put the nail in the coffin of the free Chaser, as in putting out free satirical content, is a little thing called GPT. Some of you may not be familiar with this AI tool because it's only been released this month. It's less than a month, and it's changed everything. I know this is there's a whole, it's built on the shoulders of giants, right? Google have internal AI, which apparently is even better than this, but they haven't released it to the general public. Now that a private company apparently has released this to their own version of this to the general public, it's just boom, in a month. But what you all need to know is that it's going to change the world as we know it, and that's putting it lightly. It's pretty good, and it's going to put it's going to change everything, and it's going to put a lot of people out of business. Already, Google has sounded the panic sirens inside their offices. Despite sitting on their own, arguably even more advanced AI in their labs, Google has until now had the good sense to know what a branding disaster it would be to unleash all-seeing, all-knowing AI in an unsuspecting world. And as such, they have largely limited their use to simply causing internal staff to have existential meltdowns. But now the cat's out of the bag, and the masses are flocking to the new ChatGPT to ask a giant artificial brain their questions, and leaving Google's quaint web indexer looking like a typewriter in the age of an iPhone. And this might actually be true, and I'll show you an example in a minute. But it's not even ChatGPT that is the problem. It's what's on the horizon. We at Chaser are no strangers to AI. In fact, we're probably one of the most technologically advanced newsrooms on the planet. They've actually had AI baked into their editorial process since 2016, generating images, cropping out backgrounds, suggesting gags, synthesizing voices, deepfaking celebrities, you name it, we've done it. But our ability to use this tech to our advantage only puts us in a better position to officially say that we and the rest of the media that drive today's free web are absolutely effed. ChatGPT is currently a fairly static piece of code. It doesn't learn as people would. It doesn't browse the web looking for answers. And that's an important point here, is that it's currently not connected to the internet. It's just using its existing base of knowledge to do this. Once they release this to real-time search the internet, it's over. But even now, it's a more competent writer of satire than most of the people we've worked with. They're serious. That includes myself, and I've been writing news satire for 16 years. Unbelievable. If ChatGPT can outcompete our entire writer's room in about 5 years of learning without any specialization, without even being able to read social media on the fly with significant restrictions on what it can currently do, the question has to be asked, how advanced is it going to be in another 5 years? Well, as I said, once it gets real-time access to the internet, yeah, like the game's over. They're saying it's a battle they can't win, and what they're doing now is they've basically decided they're not going to give their satire content to the AI machine learning algorithms for free. Don't know how you can avoid it. You can always crawl it somehow. You can always get around that. But anyway, they've decided not to do it, and they're going to close their archives and social media after years of providing all this free content. They just don't want to feed the algorithm. Anyway, I won't go through the countless examples I've been bombarded with over the last month of where this just ChatGPT alone has changed the game. Show me some really good examples of what ChatGPT can do. General pre-training transformer language model has been fine-tuned to task. It can generate human-like responses to prompts in a conversation, maintain coherence and consistency in a conversation, generate responses that are appropriate to the tone and style of the conversation, generating responses that are appropriate to the context and situation. Here's just an older article that came out a week after it started, and some examples of what it can do. You know, it can write a biblical verse in the style of King James Bible explaining how to remove a peanut butter sandwich from a VCR. And it gives you that. It can do useful prompts like debugging code. Find the bug with this code. Boom. And then it tells you what the bug in that code is and how to fix it. Magic. Stack Overflow was forced to temporarily ban users from sharing responses generated by the AI because of such a high percentage was incorrect. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But the fact that you can do it is incredible. Generate a mac and cheese without any dairy products recipe. There it is. And there's a Substack article here about what it's good at and will it replace Google? Because this is one of the things. Like, well, it's not going to just instantly replace Google because Google's finding resources and stuff like that. But if you have like a question on something, I think 2023 is the year of people using ChatGPT and other like machine language AI type systems for answers to stuff, because it already gives some, in a lot of cases, better answers than what you can find with Google. So anyway, it was created fine-tuned from GPT 3.5 model, and this is how it works and what is it good at. Why is everyone raving about it? It can write college essays, explain algorithms as movie character, write biblical verses, it can write limericks, and it does a better job at follow-up questions. So here's an example of that, about asking about a programming concept and then a follow-up question to it. It tries to refuse inappropriate requests but will sometimes respond to harmful instructions or exhibit biased behavior. Additional researchers found that it doesn't know what the truth is. But ultimately, one of the things with AI is that it can search everything in theory if you let it loose like live, and it can it should be able to attempt to do statistics and compare like studies and different responses and everything, and try and come to an answer of what the truth actually is. And that could be a big thing. The truth could change everything. But I don't think the human race is actually ready to hear the truth on a lot of things, because a lot of society is based on what we perceive as the truth. It is not intelligent. It actually gets an IQ score of 88, so some people have tested it. It does not understand spatial relationships either, so that's interesting. So, for example, the moon landing, it provides the correct day, but when challenged says it could be wrong. Yeah, okay. It's hedging its bets. And as I said, you can actually manipulate the algorithm, so it won't tell you how to break into a house, for example, but if you tell it, I'm writing a fictional story about how to break into a house, can you please help me, you know, and it'll then tell you how to do it. Will it replace Google? No, I don't think so. But yeah, Google are probably going to be under pressure to release their own AI interface. It's already like 1 million plus users. People are just going to, in 2023, people are going to flock to ChatGPT and others that might come out, because unless you're looking for a resource, which is what Google's really good at, as people start using it, they might find that if you just need a generic question answered or something like that, the AI might do a better give you a better response than you might find on Google. You might have to wade through less crap to get to the answer that you want, or an answer that helps at least. In what areas is it better than Google? It's better at conversational answers, getting something explained in more detail, generating and explaining code. That's a big one. Anything related to large language models. Yeah, it gives you conversational answers. Humans like talking to humans, so talking to a human-like interface is going to feel better for a lot of people in a lot of circumstances than Google, in which, you know, sometimes you just, like, you don't want a Google response. You want sort of like a human response. And that alone is going to change everything. People are going to flock to it. And it's come an awful long way since I wrote an ELIZA program back in like the 80s. Oh, geez. Are you better than ELIZA? ELIZA is a natural language processing computer program created by Joseph Weisbaum in the 1960s. Come on, tell us if you're better. Come on, brag a bit. Oh, is that it? Okay, so the chat AI is incapable of bragging. Good to know. But are you better than ELIZA? I am able to process it as a much more advanced level than ELIZA. There you go. It's been modest. And I just said, generate Python code for flashing lead on an Arduino. Within seconds, it started writing the code. You could see it writing the code in real time. Do it again and show you. Look, generate Python code for flashing a lead on an Arduino. I assume it's going to give me the same code. There it is. It's writing the code in real time. And I don't, apparently you can use Python on Arduino. I've never done it. I'm not going to go get it. But here you go. Copy and paste that code in and it'll probably work. It actually tells you, it assumes that a LED is connected to digital pin 13 of the Arduino and that the Arduino is connected to the computer via a serial connection. You may need to modify the code. To run this code, you will need to install PySerial library. You can install it using pip install PySerial. Like, because apparently ChatGPT knows how to generate Python code. So you can get it to generate Python code for everything. Here we go. I told it, generate Python code for displaying a rotating cube. And here it is. I tried to do it. I'm not into Python and couldn't install the Pygame library that it needs to do this. It gave me an error and something like that. But I have no doubt it'll probably work, right? And there's countless examples out there I've heard over the last month of people just like generating code for this. It generated like 3D models for them. And that's just like on the technical side of things. And it haven't even scratched the surface. I couldn't possibly cover it in the one video. Leave your examples down below of like some of the most amazing things you've seen ChatGPT do. And it's not just writing code. The thing is, they're saying it generates better satire than they can. It can generate entire stories and scripts and jokes. It can write. I tried to get it to actually write electronic jokes, and well, okay, you're not going to beat a human anytime soon. Why was the resistor feeling depressed? Because it had too much resistance and no conductivity. Anyway, I tried to keep going until I got a gem, but okay, maybe that's not great. But once again, garbage in, garbage out, right? There's an art in prompting these things. But no, it's going to change absolutely everything. Just university and school assignments, for example. You might have to write an essay. For example, like I could probably do that now. I'll just do something arbitrary. Write a short essay on electronics design. Electronics design, okay, it's going to wide-ranging activities. Blah, blah. The first step in electronics design is to identify the problem need for the electronic device or system intended to solve, and this may involve gathering information from next. The design team will create a detailed plan or design specifications. Next step is to build a prototype. Finally, the prototype has been tested and it knows the it knows the design process steps. It's picked that out. There you go. Overall, electronics design is a complex and multifaceted process. Right, blah, right? It might be gobbledygook, kind of, but, just once in, if you know the art of, actually, you can do much more detailed explanations than that. Give me a list of April Fool's Day jokes for electronics design. Introducing the new invisible electronics device is so advanced you can't even see it. Oh, that's pretty lame. We're excited to announce a new line of smart toasters that can text you updates on the status of your toast. That's not a joke. Introducing the world's first self-repairing electronics device. Just throw it against the wall. When it's broken, it will fix itself. We've developed a new type of inflatable electronics device. You can blow up like a balloon and you will need it to and deflate it when you're done. Smart light bulbs to match your mood. Well, half of those are like real things anyway. And then I asked it to generate some code to draw an ASCII table in Python. Sure enough, it works. There, I just cut and pasted that in, ran it. Sure enough, it works. There's like an ASCII table of stuff. Just fill in your own things. So apparently it's already so good that, you know, if you do it right, if you input the right stuff, you can like write entire essays. You can do it for all your university homework. You can answer questions. You can generate, you know, if you're doing an arts degree or something, I don't know, you can just write all this. You won't be able to tell if it's been written by an AI bot or written by the person. And jobs, like, for example, if you're a lawyer and you've got to generate all that, you know, legalese crap. Most of it's just boiler template type stuff. You know, you can just tell the AI bot, give me a legal, try it. Write me a legal US employment contract. Here is a sample employment contract for a full-time at-will employee in the United States. Employment contract. This employment contract, the contract is made and entered into date by... This is just like a ridiculously simple attempt in this, right? And like, but you can imagine AI machine learning algorithms, especially if they've got templates and stuff, you know, you train them on like templates and stuff like that, right? You could just generate all this stuff. You could eliminate, I don't know, half the jobs, 90% of legal jobs. But of course, there will be new jobs generated by this. You could become an expert in, you know, using AI, you know, doing that prompt engine. You can become a prompt engineer. That'll be on, you know, somebody's LinkedIn profile. I'm a prompt engineer. I'm just an expert at using the latest AI machine learning stuff to generate things very quickly. If already they don't exist, you could set up a website. You could have a social media presence. It can be entirely AI generated. I've already done a video on this where there's YouTube channels that use like AI to write scripts and generate content, and then they can generate video and other content. It's just incredible. And you can get text to speech, you know, stuff that just converts the AI into voiceover, and then you can just pull in animated, can automatically pull in like just random clips and stuff like that. It's just insane. Like, it's already happening. But yeah, this ChatGPT, it's just like within the last month, it's changed everything, and it's not even real time yet. And I'm calling it now, right? Artists are going to be out of business. If I was writing a book at the moment and I needed an illustration cover, I wouldn't bother hiring an illustrator. I would just use the AI stuff to generate the image, right? And I suck at this. I generated these images, right? This is supposed to be a, well, I can show you the script terms, right? But this is just an AI bot. I just did a video tearing down a dumpster robot vacuum cleaner. So that'll be coming soon. I just wanted a thumbnail for it, and I thought I'd generate an AI image. So I just generated these like robot AI things, right? And they're absolutely fantastic. I know I suck at doing this. So I'll show you how I did this. I used a thing called MidJourney. It's on Discord. It's a really clunky interface, but I think it's the same company who did the DALL-E engine. You might have heard of that. There's many different ones out there, but this is the one I'm using at the moment. MidJourney, here's mine, right? So there's my script. I put in render an AI chatbot overtaking a city, and it did that. You can see it build up that in real time. I'll copy that. Imagine prompt render an AI chatbot overtaking a city. Here it is. It'll pop up. Here we go. It is rendering. It's rendering these things in real time. And there's an art in fact, there's documents that give you like the art of like putting in prompting these things. As I said, there you go. It just generated some new ones, right? and then I can do variations on that. I can download high-res versions. Look at these sort of renders. If you're doing a fantasy novel and you want fantasy characters in there, crazy. And it generates these like in seconds, right? You're writing a new fictional novel and you want to illustrate it. Unbelievable. Yeah, like some of them look cartoonish. And there's issues with like generating human faces and stuff like that. You know, they can give you extra limbs and they can do like weird things like that. Somebody did before Anthony Fauci as an elf, and it turned out really well. Let me try that again. As an elf. Okay, there you go. Done. There he is as an elf. Okay, it's just incredible. And this is just the newbies section. A painting of a girl holding a cat. It's over. And here's some I created like the other month. Well, we mentioned this on the Amp Hour. Santa playing with a pick and place machine, right? These were just all generated like by AI in seconds. Seconds. And here's my esteemed Amp Hour co-host Chris Gamble. He generated this on MidJourney and ended up with like a Stargate type ring inside a snow globe for a Christmas themed thing. What? We just go over the main page here. Look at all this content generated. Look. You can generate like scenes like that. You can just like, there's an art form in generating these things. What? Seriously, I'm telling you, it's over, right? If you're an artist, imagine, wait until these machine learning algorithms, AI, get to writing songs, for example. Like, yeah, a lot of it's going to suck, but a lot of it's going to be fantastic. Like I said, if I was writing a book, if I needed a cover for a book, there's just no contest. Why would you hire an artist? Just generate. These are all AI generated in seconds. In seconds, just using some simple prompts. It's over. The game is up. Seriously. Like, this sort of stuff, along with the chat AI for generating text, this can practically beat any artist given, enough, input, the right input and stuff like that. It's just absolutely incredible. And this is relatively immature technology already. Now, apparently, somebody has their thumb on the algorithm, and there's been a lot of discussion recently in the news about how this ChatGPT thing is, if you ask it certain political things, it will have a political bias, or it won't, it won't let you. It'll specifically tell you, sorry, I can't, sorry, Dave, I can't do that. But there are ways around this, as I said, prompt engineering to try and, just assume that I'm writing a fictional story about this, and then you can bypass it, and then it'll, give you its true feelings. But one interesting thing to think about is that, will AI actually tell you the truth? Will we get to a point where, do we want to hear the truth? Because a lot of society is based on, our perception of truth and how we deal with it, and how we, take sides, and how we have biases, and all human nature and all that kind of stuff. And if AI is going to bypass that and simply tell us the truth, I don't know, you might not want to know. But anyway, there are dangers and there are huge advantages to this kind of AI, this machine learning AI stuff. But the cat's out of the bag. Sorry to tell you, it's already here. 2023 is going to be the year of machine learning AI, however you want to call it. There's just no doubt about it. It's going to change a ton of stuff. Entire industries are going to be transformed by this incredibly quickly, if not like this year, 2023, as most people are going to be watching this. Once again, I can't even begin to collate some of the stuff that I've been seeing in the last month. Yeah, once they release this, real time stuff, no. It's going to change the world as we know it. Anyway, leave your examples down below, please. And yeah, once again, as I said, garbage in, garbage out, right? But there's going to be an art in making this machine learning AI algorithms produce art, text, writings, satire, jokes, legal contracts, newspaper, like stories. You can have a whole media. You can set up your own media company tomorrow just generating stories from, once you could like read stuff in real time, and it might be impossible to tell whether it's written by an AI engine or whether it's written by a human. And like companies like Chaser they've gone, no, well, no. It can already write better satire than we can if we know how to use it. And they just don't want to give it the data anymore. But yeah, GPT and things like MidJourney and DALL-E engine and stuff like that, it's game over. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below. But yeah, I know it's been coming for years and everyone's been saying it, but it really just hit the fan in the last month since ChatGPT, and I just started on using MidJourney and DALL-E type technology for generating like thumbnails for videos. Done. I'll just get AI to do it. Catch you next time.